This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global headlines. Starting with the top international stories. Russia has said that US willingness to discuss Moscow's security proposals to curb NATO's eastward expansion is positive. President Vladimir Putin said that the start of negotiations announced for January will allow Russia to move forward. Turkey and Qatar have agreed to jointly operate Afghanistan's Kabul airport. A joint committee consisting of Turkish and Qatari officials gear up to visit Kabul to discuss the deal with the interim government. Pakistan has welcomed the United Nations Security Council resolution allowing humanitarian and other assistance for the people of Afghanistan. Pakistan's Foreign Office said that the resolution reflects a sense of urgency to help Afghan people. Indian police have registered a case after several Hindu religious and political leaders made a call for Muslim genocide. The Hindutva summit also threatened to kill ex-premier Manmohan Singh. India's largest socio-religious Muslim group accuses Modi's government of turning a blind eye to the brazen calls for persecuting the country's Muslim minority. At least 32 people died in a packed ferry fire incident in southern Bangladesh. The three-story Obijan 10 caught fire mid-river and was carrying around 500 people. The fire was believed to have originated in the engine room. Iraq's foreign minister said on a visit to Tehran that the time has come for Iran and the United States to negotiate directly on Iran's nuclear ambitions. He further added that Iraq feels there is a problem with the indirect negotiating mechanism at the Vienna talks. A former U.S. police officer has been found guilty of the manslaughter of a young African-American man after claiming she mistook her gun for her taser. Kim Potter was charged with first and second degree manslaughter, the fatal shooting of Daunte Wright in Minnesota. Saudi Arabia is actively pursuing the development of its own ballistic missiles with China's help. U.S. intelligence agencies said satellite images proved the Saudis branched out to building rather than buying weapons from China. Up next, we have the national updates. Chief of Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa has visited forward areas along line of control. Army Chief was briefed on ground situation along the LOC, where he appreciated the troops' combat readiness and high state of morale. 2 soldiers martyred and terrorist attack on security forces checkpost in Balochistan's Kech district. Follow-up operation is in progress in the area to search for the terrorists. President Dr. Arif Alvi addressed to a US-based overseas Pakistanis and urged them to invest in their homeland. Addressing the International Scientific Conference at Rawalpindi Medical University, Dr. Arif Alvi also urged Pakistani doctors abroad to arrange online lectures for local physicians so they would be trained further. Prime Minister Imran Khan moved to avoid Khyber Pakhtunkhwa-like setback in Punjab. Prime Minister has directed the Punjab government and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leadership to begin homework for the upcoming local government elections in the province. Pakistan People's Party co-chairman Asif Ali Zardari has said that he is going to confront the de facto ruling elite of Pakistan. PPP co-chairman says we'll pitch tents in Lahore and confront them. Speaker National Assembly and Senior Representative of PMLN Ayaz Sadiq said that Nawaz Sharif will return to Pakistan soon. Ayaz Sadiq also quoted that the opponents of PMLN are afraid that Shehbaz Sharif might not leave for London. A young man who was recently shot and injured by a police officer during a brawl over polio vaccination in Karachi has lost his leg. The loss is reported due to delay in treatment.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise to marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
Up next, we have the health updates. European nations reimposed tough rules and China locked down millions as countries scrambled to contain surging coronavirus infections. France and the United Kingdom have recorded all-time high daily COVID-19 infections since the start of the pandemic. A 3-dose course of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine is effective against the rapidly spreading Omicron coronavirus variant, the pharmaceutical company has claimed. Oxford University lab studies showed that after a 3-dose course of the vaccine, neutralizing levels against Omicron are broadly similar to those against the virus's Delta variant after 2 doses. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. Tsunamis generate a magnetic field with the movement of seawater. A new study said that tsunami warnings can be improved by observing magnetic fields generated by the massive sea waves. Up next, we have the sports updates. The Sydney Sixers made a huge move. The franchise has signed leg spinner Shadab Khan for the remainder of the 11th edition of the Big Bash League. Shahab Khan has previously played for the Brisbane Heat in the 7th edition of the league when he was only 19. Pakistan Test opener Abid Ali has resumed his rehabilitation after undergoing an angioplasty procedure. PCB said Abid Ali underwent 2 angioplasty procedures after being diagnosed with acute coronary syndrome. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. Birth anniversary of Pakistani comedy king and legendary TV film artist Moin Akhtar is being observed today. Google pays tribute to Moin Akhtar on 71st birth anniversary with Doodle. British musician Roger Waters took Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to task over Kashmiri rights activist arrest. The founding member of former rock band Pink Floyd demanded Khurram Parvez release, who was in detention in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The UK band's frontman Chris Martin has revealed Coldplay will stop recording music as a band in 2025. Speaking in an interview, he said that their last proper record will come out in 2025 and after that they will only tour. Azan Sami Khan is back with another music video, Ek Lamha. This time, the song stars Maya Ali as his love interest. The music video is set in Karachi in 1964, complete with horse carts and vintage cars. Up next, we have the business updates. World Bank has approved a grant of $190 million debts for Pakistan. The World Bank will also discuss on how to improve electricity generation in the country. The representatives of HESCO, HEPCO and PESCO also signed the agreement. Pakistan's exports in the rupee term witnessed an increase of 29.53% in the current fiscal year. The exports during July 2021 to November 2022 are recorded at rupees 2,072,512 million rupees. Iran has agreed to accept Ceylon tea in payment for a Sri Lankan oil debt valued at $251 million. Under the deal, Sri Lanka will export tea to Iran every month. It will allow Iran to avoid having to use up scarce hard currency to pay for imports.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.